Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? In this video, we're going to be doing a test to find out your keybinds. If you're new or you just want to optimize your keybinds, then this is the perfect video for you. The idea here is that, keybinds are really just, they can be somewhat optimal, but in the most cases, optimal binds are really defined by your, how comfortable you can hit all the buttons. So if you can hit buttons fast and the keybinds are weird, then it doesn't matter. For example, Mr. Savage edits with Y. I mean, he goes all the way across the keyboard, edits and confirms with Y, and he moves with WAS and D. So that's kind of crazy. He can do that. I know Mitro and some other pros have function keys. I don't have them, but there's function keys up here. They literally build function keys doing some crazy shit like that. I can't do that. That's why I don't want to use function keys. Some people have builds on their mouse. I don't, but it just depends on whatever you want. So number one, we start with the pinky. So the big thing is that you just place your keyboard down, place your fingers on the keyboard. The idea is that however your fingers just sit is where you want to, start off. So my pinky sits on shift, ring finger sits on A, middle on W, index on D, and my thumb sits right below this center bar right here. Now some people's thumbs might sit up here, over to the side, on top of it, but mine for some reason sits here, and that's just what I think is comfortable. Now we'll start with the pinky. Well, my pinky can comfortably hit caps. Come over to our document, caps. It can hit shift, and it can hit, keeping this the same, it can hit control too. Now we go on to the ring finger. Ring finger can hit A, obviously. It can hit Q. It can hit tab. You can hit 1. That feels weird. And it can hit Z. That's my comfortable options for my ring finger. Let's go to my middle. Well, W, obviously. You can hit 2. You can hit 3. Hit S. I think that is it for my middle. Now my index. Now this bad boy does majority of the work on my keyboard. You can hit D. You can hit E. You can hit R. You can hit 4. You can hit C. Hit V. Hit X. Then let's just do a period, because these ones are a little bit of strain, but they can also be hit. G and G are a little bit strained. Then my thumb is just for space, but yours might be able to hit C and V like this. Now we go to the mouse buttons. Well, I only have 1 and 2, so I can make these slots whatever I want. They're pretty easy to hit. So, I mean, that's it. And then we need to identify primary, secondary. Primary binds or builds or whatever you want to call them would be, build in, edit in, pickaxe, your weapon slots. Really, the build in is the most important one, so let's bold this one. Bold that, control B. Oh, that accidentally. Come over here, B, bold that bad boy. Oh, that. Beauty. Alright, build and then pickaxe and weapons is the primary. Maybe I'll do this. Oh. Beauty. And then secondary would be, inventory, map, rotate / repair. What else do we have? Map, rotate, repair. And whatever else I can't think of, let's put etc. Throw that in there. So you want to find primary ones have to be ones that you can 100% hit. That is the easiest. Let me open up. Good. Okay, so for me, that's Q. You want to make sure it's also something that doesn't really mess around with anything. Q is pretty easy for me. I mean E, easy. Oh, that's a link. E, R, Q, E, R. Then my cone is left shift. These are the ones that I can hit the most. That's the easiest. C is pretty easy, so I could make something C if I wanted to. Thumb buttons are, my mouse buttons are also pretty easy, but I have that as slot 1, slot 2. That's just me. And then, the C, V, and X are my weapon slots. TG are just like whatever, like the secondary ones. Tab is my use. 2 is my reload. 1 is my harvesting tool. And yeah, that's it. So hopefully by the end of this video, you guys will do this, and then you pick from these keybinds which ones you can comfortably hit. The ideal is that you want to kind of have your index finger not doing majority of the work, so you want to find a way to put less pressure on your index finger to move around the keyboard quicker by giving more buttons to this side of the keyboard. Now you could bring it over DRFG, and then you get like a lot of keys you hit comfortably. But hopefully you enjoyed this type of video. From here on out, you'll just have to make the keybinds up on your own, because I'm not going to tell you which ones would be optimal for me, but you should right now understand it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Yeah, cheers.